All right,
Yes.
so let's walk
So,
through this. Let's walk, hold
mhm,
on, let's walk through this again. What we're trying to do is find something that we literally, a problem that they have that we can solve in 10 to 20 minutes, right? If they take, you're gonna give them a solution that if they go back to their desk, they can take the next 10 minutes or the next 20 minutes to actually come up with an answer to the problem. So here's the answer that they're currently doing that isn't working. One thing
that's
that your wife
correct.
said is that they're
Yes.
going to the village for the answer to whatever this problem is not the answer, right?
Correct.
So then you're going to give them in 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to explain to them how to not rely on the village, but they still solve the problem. So
That's correct.
what problem would it be that they rely on the village to answer for them?
Oh, yes. Funeral costs, um,
Something
severe
else.
illness. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The funeral costs, even transporting bodies back home, and they all depend on the village. Severe illnesses.
Hold on. Hold on. What's the
Okay.
question then? Because those are all good. Are you still trying to find a way to cover your income in case of critical uh,
You critical illness or death in the family.
well, we don't want to do death because that automatically goes to life insurance. So what's
Critical illness or chronic illness too.
medical loss of income, right? Or
Yes.
something. So you
Mm,
want to say critical because anything can happen. You can get COVID
yeah,
and you're out
that's
of
true.
work for a month,
Yeah.
right? Are you still
Hmm.
trying to find ways to cover your income in case of so you see what I'm trying to go with this,
Hmm.
right? We
Hmm.
got to come up with different questions, and it could be this could be one question, then you can come up with another question.
Hmm.
Do you have a way to find money in case you lose a loved one
That's correct too.
and can't type, need to get them back home, right?
Yeah,
That's a question. So then you can come up with another question.
that's a question.
You see what I'm saying? So these are the kinds of questions where this answer is what they're currently doing. So she gave us a lot of them. She was like, um, the loss of income, they have a illness,
Hmm.
they get pulled out of work or loss of their money,
Right.
or they're building a home, right?
Hmm.
So
Um,
those are the questions, the simple questions that you can help them solve. Now, the problem becomes, what is the
or
answer?
they get into an accident. They
Okay, give
get
me an
involved in
example.
an accident that caused them to lose their income because they can no longer work.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So those are the kinds of questions that these become the videos, right? But it's the same answer. Here's where I rely on the village to help you is not the answer, right? So now you said I just did a training on my private clients that showed them how to, now we need to find another answer. How to what? How to find money when they need it or something like that. Like the whole problem is they need to find a lot. They need to find some income. They need to find some money.
Right. Um, recommend.
So this is not the answer.
No, no. That structure there, that is good.
But how
Um,
can we help them find some money? What would you
mhm.
do to help them find money? How would you help them find money?
Well, I think the whole idea has been it's I think more of being responsible in early in their lives.
Yeah, but you can't go
I think Alice
backwards.
put it in a.
But you
I know
can't
we
go
cannot go backward.
backwards, right?
That's true. I think more is being cautious. They have to be know that if this thing happens to them, there is a way that they could have been prepared for it. I mean, moving forward. Um, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Can we talk about financial responsibility? And
That doesn't help them right now. So let's think about it.
okay,
If you're trying to get people to think about what will happen right later, they don't, let's say they don't have medical loss of income. They haven't had a loved one to pass away that they needed to ship back home. They haven't had an accident on the work. What's the kind of things that a person who wants to be responsible today needs to start doing, right? Number one, it would be, first of all, you need them to have a little bit of money. How can they save $300 to $500 for a rainy day? Like what's some of the things that they can do to literally save $300 or $500 for a rainy day? Just baseline.
now you know that the cheaper version of life insurance is uh, term life with living benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And that one too is appealing to some Africans because since they say, oh, I would like to invest my money back home, so cash accumulation may not be an option that they really care about. However, if you tell them that if you take term life with living benefits, if something happens to you, at least there will be money to take care of you, whether they're taking your body back home or they are not putting stress on your immediate family because there's something for you to live on. I think it may be appealing to some of them. If
But that's it. I'm trying to get that can be second, but again, we got to give them three things. So what can be
okay,
a practicality of a true thing? Like there's always, if an emergency happened to me right now, I can think of 10 things I can do to get some fast cash. Like what can you tell them that they can do other than going to the village? What, yeah, there's something, listen, if every African I know, every African I know, they can find some money if they wanted to find some money. But they might not be what they're thinking, right? Like I told you, I have a Nigerian son-in-law, and my daughter
Mhm.
calls me all this. She calls me stressed out all the time. Oh, we don't have any money. What happened? I know I can go to their house right now, and I can probably find $40,000 that I can put my hands on. Because
Wow,
what do we naturally do? What is your
you
community
go
natural? What do
you
they
go to France
naturally?
or you go to uh, no.
Mm-mm. No, think about the culture. Think about how they naturally live. Think about I can't, I don't want to tell you the answer. All I know is all the Africans I know,
The,
they ain't,
the,
you know what
the
I'm
borrow at high interest rates from France.
saying? Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm.
Hmm.
How do they live?
They max out their credit cards.
Uh-huh. Buying what?
Junk
But junk that does what? What does it look like? What kind of junk?
like cars and clothes
And
and
jewelry and
uh,
purses and shoes. I know my children got $40,000 worth of purses, shoes,
are
jewelry.
are
They
you
got
serious?
my son-in-law got a $30,000 necklace. My daughter's wedding ring cost 10,000. Her engagement ring cost 8,000. She got $18,000 on her one finger,
Oh my God.
right? They got some money, but it's on the wrong thing, right? If I
You are
needed,
re-educating me. That is true. I
well,
know some Nigerians, just the necklace, when you see them, it is so princely. Wow.
The cars they drive. My kids
They
got
drive cars that are more expensive than their homes.
in their homes. My baby got $200,000 cars. Why?
Oh my God.
So think about
The
it. So
means to really educate people.
right. So think about it, right? At the end of the day, you sit up here in a BMW car, you got a $10,000 necklace on, your ring costs $3,000, but you need the village to go take your grandma back home. So let's get practical and getting people to really think about what is the need, right? So that would be my first suggestion. I don't know an African that does not drive a luxury vehicle, that does not have real jewelry, that does not have designer clothing, designer bags, custom African wares. You know what I'm saying? The only person I know, my nephew don't have custom African wares, but all his friends do. Custom, every outfit, $600, $800.
You're
Right.
right.
I
I
know.
got two, but they were sent to me by my brother.
How much did they cost?
I mean, I'm sure they brought it back home, so it's much cheaper because I can see my brother taking 100,000 to buy something for me.
But think about if they got it over here.
Oh, it would have been. That's why I never bought it. For the 20 years I've been in America, I've never bought an African clothes here. Never.
Because
I will never.
it's gonna
No.
be five, $600, $700.
Yes, I can
So,
afford that.
but imagine when you talk to the community. Y'all
Mhm.
don't live low. Don't nobody live low. They don't. They gotta
You
flex.
know Africans more than I do. I'm telling you.
I start taking them on as clients because they don't pay me.
So
They
let's write, yeah, let's put it down. Wow, let's go for the low-hanging fruit, the real possible ones. Yeah.
so I want you to think about it from that perspective. If you had to tell, even down to let's talk to your son, right? Your son in LA.
Yeah.
If he needed, let's say he lost his job and he needed to come up with rent money, what would you tell him to do? Besides come to you and tell you to pay it. How could he find some money?
Take a part-time job, work.
Mm-mm. You would tell him find a part-time job. What does he have in his hands in his house? What does he have that he could
If he
exchange?
has some, oh Lord, for him is all sort of little gadgets that he has.
Exactly. You told me. You told me he has technology, right?
Yeah.
He probably has a $2,000 computer, right?
Oh my goodness, we fought
He
on
prob-
that one.
yeah, he probably
Yeah.
has a $1,000 camera. There's assets. One of my African friends brought me a custom alligator briefcase. It was beautiful. Like little things like that. Like when you need some money, the
I was
easiest.
talking about some gadget that they just made. It's so beautiful. You can watch your TV in the bedroom, even if the TV is downstairs. I said, how can you do that? I just stay quiet. I didn't say at the end of
So
it, so oh yeah, just something so nice, mom, blah, 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 blah. But I was happy that it ended that way and no need for somebody to buy it.
right.
I literally tell him that he came here one day. I still have some boxes. Change my TV. I have a different TV now. A replica is downstairs. He said, no, that one is out of. I said, this thing works. They argued and argued. And finally, the mother just said, just to let him go, yes, buy it. We bought it now. I have two big screens downstairs. I don't even watch that stuff. I told him that when I don't cannot afford something, then I don't need it.
But see, that's a part of your training, right? Think about that. When you got to think, we have to, so it's the education. Are you still trying to find a way to send a loved one back home? Here's why relying on the village is not the answer. So I just did a training with our private clients, showed them how to
Wow,
find cash quickly and in their home,
that's
their
the first
own.
solution. Yeah.
That's a good solution in their own house, right?
And you can give examples.
Then you can give it so you can talk to that first cancer. The first example is practical.
Yes.
You can talk about the fact that people normally have the tangible things that can be converted to instant cash. But secondarily, what we really need to do is look at the hard working, as a hard working citizen, you have money, probably in the wrong vehicles. So the second thing that I teach my private clients is to really understand where their money, their workable money, is being put. So you talk about the first things, the first level things are always going to be what you got in your house, what cars you drive.
Yes.
Can you get a lower expensive car, right? For the interim, can you get a lower expensive car? Do you have jewelry, right? Televisions that are not being used, or maybe you can get a smaller television. Maybe you can get a different
Downsize.
downsize.
Okay.
You can
Mm-hmm.
downsize. You can partner with friends and share a home. Maybe both of y'all got a house. Maybe you can find a friend or family member where you can bring your incomes together, split it, and have some access to some money. So teach them how to find some cash quickly. But then the second step, that's immediate, right? Immediate. Because what people do
That's
is
immediate. Yeah.
when they go to the village, they need a message now. So let me tell you how to do this so that you need to have at least $500, $600 in the bank. Find something in your house of all of these things. Find something in your house that you can exchange for $500 or $600 and put it in an account. You need to have that access to capital. First thing. Here's the second tier. The second tier is you're already working. I probably can promise you with one conversation with me, you can find some money that you're missing out and you can put into a reputable, reliable vehicle where you can actually have access to that money and you can still keep all your things, right? So you're going to help them find cash quickly if they need an emergency. And then you're going to tell them and give you some financial knowledge to where you can start planning today so that if something ever comes up, you're prepared, but and it won't change your life at all. That's a great training. So you see what I'm saying? So now you can expound on that. Now this becomes something completely different. We can still use this, but this is if instead of doing this was based on if they were doing those get rich quick things.
Mm.
Remember?
What's the get rich quick?
You remember your wife was saying how people be trying to put their money into something and hoping that it flips really fast.
Okay.
The Bitcoin, the
Oh
cryptocurrency,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the EFT. This is where that came
Okay, yeah,
from.
okay, Bitcoin. Yeah.
Crypto,
Mm-hmm.
what they call them things, those what do you call the things where people put their money in and then they go get three people to put their money in and when they get to the
Oh,
top,
the Ponzi scheme
Ponzi, they call them something else, Ponzi and pyramid,
or pyramid. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
family trees. Sometimes
Yeah.
call them the pyramid family trees. That's what this was about.
Okay,
That's a
I
whole
got it
nother thing.
now.
You get it
Mm-hmm.
now? So I'll create this, but this is where you want to build this out. Here, this is where people are doing the village. Now you do a training, teach them how to here's the like you said, one thing. First thing you do, find things in the house
Yes.
and then give examples.
Mhm.
And then the second thing is going to be, but a better resource you can probably find right now is on your job.
Yeah.
And then you talk about where they're placing their money. So try to
Yeah.
build
I
this.
mean, at this point now, I mean, you can, um, I mean, you create an annuity. You can start thinking about long term if that is something possible, because there's no way that you can solve short term problems without thinking about long term, unless you don't hope to live that long.
Yeah, you're right. No time, no, you can't solve short-term problems thinking about the long term, but what we can do is you can shift what you're already paying into right now and put it in a different vehicle.
Yes.
So that's just having a well conversation because you can even, say, did you know that there are ways for you to not give so much? You're probably paying taxes right now. There probably is a large amount of your money going into the tax bracket. What if you could shift where that money goes and still have access to it in case of an emergency, that would be a better option. So that's where we want to go with that.
Right.
Got me? So
Mm-hmm.
this is on your paper document. So kind of expound on this and then I can see it and we can tweak it. But this is where we want to go.
Okay.
Make
So you
sense?
want me to elaborate and send it to you to look at? Is that what you
Mhm.
want? Okay.
I want you to elaborate on this paper document. Just
Okay.
on this one. So then we can get, because we can expound on it. I'm sure that you're gonna give me super like more than enough examples, and then we can just
Yeah.
chop them up and make them different for these questions up here. Because we
Okay.
got 3 questions so far. You can create more, but you got 3 questions so far.
Are we going to use those 3 questions in one script, or we use one at a time?
One at a time. Same thing we did before.
Okay.
It's one at a time.
Okay.
So the goal is to find them, give them something they can solve in 10 or 20 minutes. If your training can help them find some immediate cash in 10 to 20 minutes, that's it. If your training can help them go to their job and ask a question and get another answer in 10 to 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? The answer about where are their resources going? What is the structure of their 401k? Who's managing it? Who to call in case, you know what I'm saying? Even if you told them to ask, do they know who is managing their 401k right now? Who's the responsible agency? How to get in touch with them? How to ask questions about their 401k? Even if you told them, go and find that information so that you have it. That's it. You're not telling them to call you with it. It's go and find the information to see what you have available. How do you get access to it? Who do you call in case you have a question? What is your rate of return? How much are you contributing? Is there, you know what I'm saying? You're teaching them about the financials, but then at the end, you're going to be telling them, hey, I want to give you my scorecard, or I want to give you a private training where I walk my clients through this process of how we help them. You're going to be the person they call.
Okay.
Got me? This one is not
Gotcha.
about the scorecard. This is about a private training.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're giving away.
Just color that. Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to color it?
Mm-hmm.
We're not giving away the scorecard with these short scripts. And remember, there's 60 seconds. So it's just 1 minute. We're not giving away the scorecard. We're telling them, hey, if you want this video where I teach my private clients how to find cash quickly and in their own house, comment below. And in that video, you'll expound on how to find the things. So this is not in the video. This is the training. Got me?
Oh,
The
that training.
video is here, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then, so now we're doing this. Copy. Man, we just made this easy. Where'd it go? There you go. This is your video. You say, hey, are you an immigrant attorney? Are you an immigrant attorney still trying to find a way to cover your income in case of medical loss? Here's how relying on the village is not the answer for what you need. Listen, I just did a training with our private clients that showed them how to find cash quickly in their own house. If you'd like to see that a replay of that training, just drop me a line below. You're not teaching it. All you're doing is telling them I got
Okay.
a
I
training.
got it.
That's the video. We went too deep with trying to do the training. We don't know if we even need to do the training yet. We're just trying to get this video to see who's interested in the training.
Okay.
Got me?
Yes.
So ask the question. I wouldn't do the attorney, probably. I would do somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a good one. Do you have are you trying to find, are you one of the ones that are trying to find money in case of you lose? Would you be in a situation where if you lost a loved one and you needed to get them back home, you would need to, you were trying to rely on the village for that answer? You see
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I just did a training with my private clients that showed them how to solve this problem and find cash quickly. Sometimes even in their own house. If you'd like to see a replay of that training, drop me a line.
Exactly.
You
Mm-hmm.
got me?
Yeah.
You're not telling them what happens. You're just saying, hey, if this is your problem and this is what you're doing to solve that problem here, and you want to tell them why this isn't working. Who's Dr.
Okay.
Thomas? Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas.
That is beautiful.
Got it? Simple. And you want to
Yeah.
see, we're just trying to say, hey, I did a training. Do you want it? And you can change these words too, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah.
change it to something else. It doesn't always have to be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you can just say, hey, I just did a training with my private clients that showed them a different way, right?
Mm-hmm.
A
Yes.
different alternative that's better than the village. You could
Yeah.
say something like that. So you got me. This is simple. These are going to be
Yeah.
short and
Got
quick.
it. Yeah.
All
Perfect.
righty.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think it
You're
was off the
welcome.
mark.